Boop, 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 boop. This camera, well, I realised a while ago, get it out, gay. I realised a while ago that it, you know, when I've got my arm stretched out, even so, it still is so close to me, in actual fact. So I need a selfie stick that can go a lot further away and not be so close up to me. But guys, today, getting into the video, and what it is Tessa. And why Tessa? I did the video, part 10 of the series that I'm doing, you know, and trying to put it all in the right places for maybe what I think you might be dealing with when you get your snake home. Those little bits and pieces that are huge, actually, when we first bring our snake home. But, you know, talking about those extremely defensive snakes, and in my case, a carpet python, the carpet python being Tessa. So let's get on to Tessa so you can see her, because I am going to get Tessa out, and as soon as she realizes that, you know, there's somebody at the glass, for Tessa it's, and that just might be something to eat too. And you will all know that initially what are you doing, Tessa? Hey? If you can see her there. You know, all spring loaded. Waiting. So what is she going to do? Yes, Tessa isn't one that I go straight into and just grab. I can't do that with Tessa. And people sort of say, I don't think my snake is ever going to be any different. Well, they do get different. I don't think that's the way I should say it, but you'll know what I'm saying. They will change over a period of time, because I have been able to go from using a hook with Tessa initially to getting her out, to now I don't need to use the hook so much. I still, of course, I have to wait for her to decide that it's okay for me to go in and do what it is that I'm going to do with her. And the first thing I have to do, of course, is get this hide off her, which is by no means easy one-handed. So I am going to have to, sorry guys, I'll put you in here, because right now you're not going to see what it is that probably I want you to see at this point. Okay. She is a little bit more over there, and I hope you'll be able to see what I'm trying to explain, going from having to use a hook, absolutely going from using a hook to not so much now, and me being able to really read her and know, okay, I can pick her up now. She has come a long way to how she used to be. It's not so easy anymore. And when she gets into this hide, and she's just bunkered down with her little head. So, and of course, I would be scraping that over the top of her, which isn't a very good thing for me to do when all I really want to do is actually just get her out and, you know, have a little bit of time with her. That is going to upset her immensely by doing that. So I'm going to lift that as high as I can, so I don't, you know, disturb her too much. And now it's about me saying to her, you're coming out. It is you know, time to spend some time with you. So she has totally got her eye on me at this, well, one of my hands at the moment. And it's never about going in and then pausing. That gives her an idea. Ha ha ha. She's really not sure about all of this. And I'm never, you know, complacent and say to myself, oh, she's going to be perfectly fine, just go in there. I spend a little bit of time letting her know that I'm here. She is visually knowing that I'm here, very alert, but she's just lowered her head fractionally, which is telling me, okay, I know you're there, but you haven't done anything yet. So I'll relax a little bit. And that's all she's signaling to me right now, is she's a little bit more relaxed than before. Head up in that, you know, spring back position. Even though a lot of the time I wouldn't read that as I'm going to get you, that's just her being tense and watching me and not wanting to move a muscle at that particular point, like I'm not here. And yeah, so we're going to get Tessa out. So she's a pretty heavy girl. She does not like her back being touched, guys, and that is a lot of the issues with Tessa and me getting out. Sorry that I've locked you guys all in there, but now to get down with this girl in my hands. And as you could see, well, I could hope that, certainly hope that you could see. Now I have to find a space to sit you guys. Hang on while you can have a look at my shirt. As you can see, I have my Spread the Herbs t-shirt on. That I made a boo-boo yesterday, and I'm sure somebody was trying to tell me that I had made a mistake. Now I've got to straighten this all up so the camera doesn't actually fall over people. That they were sent by Samora and not, I don't know why I had Redstrom in my brain, but I did. For some reason Redstrom was there, but it was Samora Reptile, so I apologise to Samora Reptiles. He was the wonderful person that got these t-shirts to me so quickly and got them in the mail, and I'm, as I said, I'm very proud to be able to wear the t-shirt. So as you saw, I hope that you saw that Tessa was unbelievably good coming out of that enclosure with no hook, not even me redirecting her head, and my head's cut off as normal, not even me redirecting her head anymore. I wait for that signal from her that she's completely relaxed on me. And you know, I was watching her head where she was, even though she was coiled up and had her head there and she was looking at me, her head was lifted up and she was very focused on me. The moment I watched her head drop and go back into a much more mellow position, I would call it, I knew, okay, she knows it's me and she's going to be okay now. And you saw I was able to touch her there, and I couldn't quite get her right, so I went round the other way. I still couldn't quite get her right, and she was patient and tolerant of me actually doing that. And she has certainly You know, in the beginning, she was terrible. I could not put my hands in there. She would have a go at me every time. And yes, Tessa got me a few times. I didn't deliberately let her get me, of course. It just happened, didn't it, Tessa? Because you're very, 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 very fast. Are you not? And they are very fast. And sometimes, well, for me, now that I'm older, I'm realizing my reflexes aren't very, very fast. Tessa does not like her back being touched, and when I have got her out, I'm in a much better position to be able to rub her on her back. The moment in her enclosure, of course, when I'm getting her out, I have to touch her back, and that's when she flinches, and she really lets me know that she doesn't like it. But it is unavoidable. I can't not do that. So desensitizing her is even doing that, putting a little bit of pressure on her, she stiffens. She stiffens. It is Tessa. Of course, I keep on hoping that as she gets older, that will eventually go away as well, because I'm doing a lot of work in terms of running my hands down her back and touching her back, in the hope that she'll eventually realize, gee, that doesn't hurt me at all, Mum. And eventually just gets to that point, it's okay. Now, once upon a time, I wouldn't have been able to allow Tessa to come up to my face, just because I know she would see. I turn my phone to silent, but I forget to turn my iPad to silent. Go figure. But as you can see, she's quite dark. Tessa is much lighter than this normally, but she is going into shed, of course. And we do know also that can make them a little bit more grumpy. I'm sorry that I'm cutting a lot of my head off at the moment, and I'm not in the best position here. It was kind of grab the camera and do what I could do with it, and letting you see as much of me getting Tessa out and holding her now. And as you can see, nothing to worry about with Tessa. Not anymore. But like I said, I still have to be mindful. I have to read her body language first and foremost, going in to get her out. Am I worried that she'll bite me now? I think I'm past where that has become my major concern. My concern more so now is just reading her body language and her letting me know how she is actually feeling. But she's been incredible. And I'll wait. I don't know if that camera will focus on her because I'm too close. Hey Tessa. She says, well, I don't mind how close I get to it, because I'll climb it and knock it over, because she's a bit of a big girl as well. And big plans a little bit later to get a few things moved around and changed in this room, so I will share that with you. But whoa, I almost did knock. Whoa.
Most love.
Oh, I'm doing really well here, guys.
Cool from TGH.
And now you're all upside down. I'll be back in a second. So here I'll try and get, as you can see, just how very dark my girl is before I go. I can't even put my camera down right now because I've bungled the legs on it. But there's my shirt from Samora. There's my sticker from Samora. And now I'll end the video. So you all take care of yourself, and your family and your friends. And your snake, who is slowly moving away on me. So I'm going to have to slowly pick her up before she disappears on me. So take care of your snakes. What do you think? That's a definite, isn't it? Hey? And all your animals. Ciao.